Breaking news! Something unbelievable is unfolding in Baltimore right now, and no one saw it coming. A franchise known for loyalty, structure, and long-term vision just hit the reset button in a way that's shaking the entire NFL. It's not just about replacing a coach. It's not just about building a new staff. This is the kind of shift that rewrites a franchise's identity, and the reactions are as explosive as the headlines. But before we dive into the chaos and clarity of this moment, make sure you hit that like button if you're a true Ravens fan. It's always amazing to see fans of all ages supporting this team. And if you feel like it, drop a comment right now. Go Ravens, to let everyone know you're here for the ride, no matter how wild it gets. Now let's get into it, because Steve Bisciotti didn't just fire a head coach. He shattered the myth that the Ravens organization doesn't listen, doesn't feel, and doesn't see what the fans have been seeing for years. In his first press conference in what felt like forever, Bisciotti admitted point blank, the Ravens have been underachieving. And more than that, he acknowledged the repeated issues that fans have been screaming about for seasons, the blown leads, the fourth quarter collapses, the unfulfilled playoff runs. For an owner who's known for being reserved and behind the scenes, Steve came out swinging. One of the most surprising moments? Bisciotti didn't shy away from the hard truths. He said it himself, the Ravens have underperformed based off our seeding in the playoffs. He brought up the fact that great players were making mistakes they normally wouldn't. And maybe the most telling of all, he made it clear that this wasn't a knee-jerk decision. He started thinking about this weeks ago, and it was only confirmed after that brutal end-of-season collapse. And then came the emotional bombshell. Bisciotti fired John Harbaugh over the phone. That's right, not in person, not in some grand office send-off, on the phone. And while that might seem cold on the surface, Steve explained his reasoning. Harbaugh was already on his way home, and Bisciotti didn't want to make him drive back to the facility just to get the bad news. It was emotional. Harbaugh consoled him, not the other way around. That's the kind of relationship they had. That's 18 years of mutual respect, and it showed. But even in that moment of sentiment, Bisciotti stayed firm. This was his decision. Lamar Jackson didn't influence it. The other players didn't sway it. He spoke with veterans, yes, including Lamar, but made it clear that Lamar didn't have an outsized part in the decision. In fact, Bisciotti said by the time he talked to Lamar that Monday night, his mind was already made up. Still, Lamar's name kept coming up, because let's face it, he's the centerpiece of this franchise. When asked if Lamar would have a say in the new coaching hire, Bisciotti kept it real. He has a lot of say, but no power. A stunning line that pulled back the curtain on how the Ravens run their ship. Opinions matter, but the final call? That's in the hands of ownership and the front office. Lamar even got a little nudge from Bisciotti, who told him if he wants input, he'd better hop on a plane to be there in person. Private jet? Commercial? Doesn't matter, just be in the room. Lamar's response? Yes, sir, I think I will. And what about the next head coach? Steve made it clear, this isn't a rebuild. This is a win-now situation. The Ravens have the third most wins in the NFL over the last decade. They have a top-tier quarterback. They have a GM who, as Steve said, is introspective of his failures. This team isn't being gutted. It's being refocused. And Bisciotti said he'd give the next coach 5 to 6 years. But reading between the lines, that clock starts ticking fast. He expects results, and he expects them soon. He also took a subtle, but important shot at how fan pressure played into all of this. He admitted it. He saw the fans turning on Harbaugh. He didn't love it. It ate him alive, he said. But even he had to admit, the fans were right. We've been going backwards for 3 years, he said. And that's the kind of regression you can't hide behind sentiment and past success. It's also worth noting that Bisciotti's trust in Eric DeCosta came with a quiet warning. While he praised the GM throughout the press conference, he also made it clear, he's watching. He said DeCosta is great at what he does, but there's an accountability factor in play now. The margin for error is smaller than ever. So now the Ravens are at a crossroads. They have the most attractive head coaching vacancy in the league. Top-tier roster, a franchise quarterback, stability at the top, and Bisciotti knows it. That's why he said, we created the best opening in this cycle. But the question now becomes, what kind of coach is walking through that door? One with experience but a losing record? Steve says that's not an automatic disqualifier. Circumstances matter. And yes, even some college coaches have been reaching out, though the Ravens haven't pursued any themselves. It shows just how coveted this position is. Coaches want in, but only one will get the keys. And then, near the end, came the coldest moment of the entire presser. When asked if Harbaugh would still be coaching the team if Tyler Loop had made that game-winning kick, Bisciotti didn't hesitate. For a week. That's all it would have bought him. A single week. That says it all. The writing was on the wall, and nothing short of a miracle run was going to change it. Let's pick up right where we left off, because the Ravens coaching search is officially underway. And according to Steve Bisciotti and Eric DeCosta, this isn't just about plugging in a name and hoping for the best. This is about finding the guy, the next leader of the flock. And make no mistake, this is the most desirable job on the market right now. Bisciotti confirmed what fans and analysts have been speculating for weeks. Agents, coaches, and even national media are flooding the Ravens front office with calls. Everyone wants a shot at this gig. And why wouldn't they? You're walking into an organization with a stable ownership group, a respected GM, a top 3 quarterback, a championship caliber roster, and a culture of consistency that most franchises dream of. But here's where things get really interesting. Bisciotti wasn't afraid to admit that the team is being extremely selective. They're not looking at just records on paper. He made it clear, they're analyzing context. Just because a coach has a losing record doesn't mean he's off the board. They're digging into the why. Was it the quarterback situation? Was it injuries? Was it the front office? They're doing their homework, and they're doing it thoroughly. And let's not forget the college angle. Bisciotti revealed something that could shift the narrative entirely. College coaches have been reaching out to the Ravens, not the other way around. That's how powerful this job opening is. Even elite college coaches see this as a step up, not just a move. It tells you everything about the state of the Ravens franchise right now. This isn't just a coaching job. It's a career-defining opportunity. But Steve made it clear, he's not ready to get involved until the list is narrowed down. Right now, this is Eric DeCosta's show. Bisciotti said EDC has full control of the initial process. And while Lamar Jackson will have a lot of say, but no power, Bisciotti left the door open for Lamar to participate if he flies in for the interviews. Whether it's via Bisciotti's private jet or his own travel arrangements, the message was clear. Be in the room if you want a voice. One of the most telling parts of this whole conversation, Bisciotti said, we're going to be so confident in our choice that we're going to grant him a decent amount of patience. Now on the surface, that sounds generous, but it's also strategic, because Bisciotti knows this hire has to hit. He admitted the franchise doesn't want to be hiring and firing coaches every 3 to 4 years. He wants another long-term solution, another John Harbaugh-type tenure, but with fresh results. And while DeCosta didn't reveal specific names, he did outline exactly what they're looking for: a leader, a master of X's and O's, someone who can relate to players but hold them accountable. That balance is rare, and it's why the search has been so detailed. This isn't about recycling old names or chasing the hottest trend. This is about finding someone who can walk in, take control, and elevate a team that, on paper, is built to win now. There was also a subtle but critical moment when DeCosta was asked about potential blockbuster trades, specifically for a pass rusher. He confirmed they almost made a deal at the deadline but backed off due to a mix of draft capital and salary concerns. It's a reminder that while the Ravens are built to win, they're still navigating the tightrope of cap management and long-term planning. Then came another powerful quote: if you feel like you're a player away, you're already done. That says everything about the front office mindset. They're not looking for magic bullets. They're looking for sustained excellence, and that starts with the right coach. Bisciotti also responded to the possibility of firing DeCosta, hypothetically speaking. He said if he had fired EDC, he'd be the hottest GM in the cycle. That's high praise, but let's be honest, throughout the presser, you could feel that there's pressure on Eric now too. Not hot seat pressure, but urgency. A spotlight. Bisciotti trusts him, but that trust comes with expectations. The margin for error is gone. And then, there's the elephant in the room, Lamar Jackson's contract. Steve made it known. He wants Lamar to be the quarterback of the future. But he also doesn't want a repeat of what happened last time, where negotiations dragged into April. The goal? Get a new deal done before free agency. That's less than 2 months away. It's another layer of urgency being placed on DeCosta's shoulders. As for Tyler Loop, the kicker who replaced Justin Tucker, yes, Bisciotti confirmed that he expects Loop to be the kicker next year, but he also downplayed the idea that one missed kick sealed Harbaugh's fate. When asked directly if Harbs would still be coaching had Loop made the field goal, Bisciotti responded, for a week. Cold, brutal, honest. That one line made it crystal clear. This decision was about far more than one moment. It was about years of missed opportunities, wasted talent, and a team that had clearly plateaued. At the end of the day, Steve Bisciotti said it best: we had run our course.